Mhm. Okay, Nancy, I'm going to send you a reset link.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, it's been sent to the info at Agent with Grace.
Oh, let me check. There it is. Hey, okay, cool. Got it.
Okay, great. Welcome, Michelle. Can you hear us okay?
I can, thank you.
Good. So what else can we Nancy's getting into her Hourglass account, so that's good. What else can we tackle today for you ladies in office hours?
Mm, it's sort of a silly technical question, but is hourglass and access pass the same thing, or those two different things?
No, so basically this is how I sell Hourglass now, is I sell it through Access Pass.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the features of the Access Pass
I
program.
got you. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
hmm How about you, Mr. Rinka? Anything going on with your marketing? How's it rolling?
I'm being more consistent. Yes, I will admit newsletters. I'll get onto it. I'm not worried about it. Once I get into a system, it'll happen. But the posts on social media, I've got it. I've got a set schedule and it's doing really, really well,
Good.
right? For me, ease on doing it and understanding it and automation. I don't have need to bug you or the customer support. I have figured it out.
Good.
Woohoo.
And how are you finding the results?
My biggest challenge really still is, and I always think about it out, is that call to action.
Mm,
So that's the only, like if I had three steps, pick a topic, create the post, call to action. So I one and two, no problem. Um, it depends. I find if I do a humorous reel, I get a lot of attention.
hmm
Um, and sporadically, I'll include a very important post, like we just were on board with this really cool loyalty program. I got a good response on that.
hmm
But again, too, I always ask um, my customers, like, did you see the post? So for certain ones, I know they're just strictly organic. I didn't boost the post or anything. So yeah, I do see the power in boosting a post because organically, majority of people just for whatever reason don't see it.
hmm
Yeah.
Well, there's good reason for it, right? Let's check. I checked a couple years ago and it was a massive number. How many Facebook posts per day? So approximately are made per day worldwide. So basically, you're looking at about 1 billion stories are posted every day on Facebook. So that is a massive number, right? That's daily.
Wow.
So the reason that organic traction per se is down is because there's just a lot, right? There's a massive saturation of it. And in order to compete with that, we use dollars rather than volume. But that's the real kicker, right? So there's about yeah, and then between what shared and everything else is anywhere between 4.5 to 5 billion posts put onto Facebook every single day.
Oof.
Between shares, stories, posts, videos, images, written posts, right? So that's why everybody's traction is down, right? People are spending only so much time on Facebook,
Yeah.
and so there's very little time to get to your post, as it were. Right?
Okay.
Michael, did you say not too long ago about you've got about what 3 seconds to get someone's attention?
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe less than that.
oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's why your headline is so important, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
That's why it's so darn important. And this is the other reason why, as Drinka can attest to, when you start boosting posts for $4 or $5 a day for 5 or 6 days, the amount of engagement you get and the amount of traction you get is just so much higher because your Facebook is pushing your post. So it's going to show it to more people. You've asked it to, you've paid it to.
Mhm.
That's great, Drinka. That's great. How's sales have still maintained themselves? Looking good.
No, it's that's the one thing we sort of discussed last week. Um no, it's quite down. But also I've attended a few markets and it's just across the board.
Mm,
Everything. So we were saying, like, is it the area I'm in? Is it British Columbia? Is it Canada? And I was saying that, I'll go into a variety of different businesses and always say, has it been busy? How are things? Like a local restaurant, they still have the same amount of people frequenting the restaurant, but the amount that people are spending is down.
hmm,
Yeah.
hmm. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, sometimes there's some cycles too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Has it stayed down this past week?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I mean, I've got an event this Saturday. We'll see how that goes. And then, like that, I'm physically going to. And then there's our anniversary event that this morning, I was up early and I've gone to every dog groomer facility that I know of, and they've put up their flyer because
Mm-hmm.
people who would take their pet to a dog groomer, care about their dog inside and out. So it's for those that um, don't know that we exist here.
Mm-hmm.
So welcoming everybody to come out on that day.
What day is that one?
It's June 14th.
Mm, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've boosted that post. I've created an event and boosted that one. And that's where I've changed the demographics so it's not Canada wide. It's more specific to my region. And that has made a big difference. I
Mm-hmm.
people now who are liking or interested or commenting. It's made a difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So learning process, yeah.
Good. Good. Okay. Nancy, Michelle, anything we can tackle for you ladies today in office hours?
Well, for me, so I blanked out because I was having my lunch. Um, Basically, I don't know what the questions are yet because I have to go in and play around for a bit and get familiar with the platform. So I'll have questions in the future, but at the moment,
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Now you should have access to Nancy. There was some AI stuff that was sent over to your Aging with Grace email, including how to set up your ChatGPT account, right?
okay, let me see. Password. Okay. Do you have an idea when that was sent?
It would have been just after you signed up, so about a month ago now.
Oh, okay. Where am I?
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
month ago. That's not it. Month ago, so it came out April, end of April. That's the receipt. Don't like that. We're coming in. See, access pass. I'm just looking through the emails here. Oh yeah, okay, I've got it. Yeah,
Okay,
that was
good, good.
April 28th. Okay.
And then you want to make sure you connect your social media accounts,
Okay.
right, in the integration section of Hourglass, and then
Okay.
again in the marketing section as well.
Okay. Something here. Okay. All right. Will do.
Hmm. Just as things that you'll want to make sure are all connected and attached to get things rolling for yourself.
Nothing to do with this program, but what are your thoughts about Instagram?
How do you mean?
Well, for my particular purposes, I don't know if it's that's and a Facebook is going to be the prime one given my target market, but I'm wondering if Instagram would work as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep. And the great thing about Hourglass is you can post to both at the same time.
Oh, cool.
So you can do that. Um, Certainly Instagram is a very effective social media
Okay.
platform to be posting marketing on. Yep. Yeah, especially if you're doing video, Nancy,
Yeah.
right? And vertical video. If you want to be posting to Instagram, make sure your video is more vertical than it is horizontal,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
For Facebook, people don't care so much. Instagram, they care a lot.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah. Now, for you, Nancy, the one thing I really want you to think about too is what is that lead magnet,
Mm-hmm.
right? What is that thing that you want to be giving away to be generating leads?
I do have it's called the top 10 questions for family caregivers.
Hmm.
And like I have 10 questions in all these different sections, like financial, insurance, all that. But I had someone say get the two most important ones from each, so you have a summary. So there's about 2 questions. It's like we say a questionnaire to check. Yes, no, and then if then there's a tip or two for each area. So it's on all, so that's set up. That's all ready to go. It's got PDF. I had someone make it all pretty and stuff like that. So that's fine. And I had a little ebook that's about, I forget the title off the top of my head, but it's essentially if you have caring for a senior person during the holidays, like it's a little, I don't know, 4 or 5 pages, and it's just about tips on managing
Mm-hmm.
whatever, depending on the situation. So that's more closer to Christmas.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Just talk amongst yourselves for just 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. Dorinka, can you refresh my memories to, oh, you do the organic meat, right? The raw meat?
Premium meats,
Premium,
premium
okay.
meals. Yeah, they're all pre-made.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just couldn't, I was trying to figure out that, let's just ask her.
Yeah. No, there you go. And that's okay.
Well,
And appreciate what you do because I've been there. I learned,
mhm,
I guess, the most when I started taking care of my parents.
yeah.
And then I helped uh, who I'm married to now with his parents.
Yeah.
And I'm helping a good friend with her dad because she doesn't live locally, but we do.
Yeah. Wow. Good for you.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
earned your angel wings in Halo like a few times over.
So it's so much fun. But at least then, I mean, I can have that sense of humor for like this the guy's daughter. Like I had that sense of humor saying, just don't worry about it because we'll end up in the nut house way before they will.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So
And
no.
Michelle, can you tell me what you do, please?
Sure. Um, sorry, I have my camera off. I'm in the car.
That's okay.
I'm actually waiting for my daughter. I thought she was getting out at 4, but I'm guessing it's 5 now. So just sitting in the parking lot. So I'm a consultant with Arbonne.
Mm.
We're a health and wellness company. Um, but I'm creating a new business and I'm going to be educating and advocating for parents with children with special needs,
Oh, great.
and then also tying in self care to that.
Yeah,
And then, so that's kind of where the Arbonne comes in. So
right. Yeah.
I'm
As they,
still,
sorry, go ahead.
I'm still trying to flesh out all of that. So I just signed up with Michael, and I'm just gonna do like focus on Arbonne right now because we have our conference the beginning of June, and they're launching new products. So I want to figure out what to do with that. And then once I flesh out more details about the advocacy and the self care thing, then I want to transition into that. But I guess I don't know what I need to do. So I'm trying to figure it all out.
Yeah. Angel, you don't know and you don't know what you don't know.
Right. I don't know what questions to ask because I just got in today and started adding a couple people to the contacts. And I think that's all I've done so far.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
watched the trainings, but then it didn't seem like I could do a lot of that stuff because that's not like I'm doing a network marketing company right now. And that other stuff seemed like if you have your own business. So I'm still trying to figure everything out.
oh, well, you're in the right place.
Good.
Yeah, I do two things. So I have my own pet food business, Michelle, but I also do, and I've been doing it for 26 years, is Watkins, which is a networking
Yep.
company like Arbonne. And you pretty much have to go to Arbonne and ask what you can or cannot do. It'll be in their, I would say, their rules and regulations or whatever it's called. Because I know with Watkins, we're very, very limited. They do actually most of the marketing. We can just use it. But yeah, So I'm sure every company is different. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, the great thing with that for yours, Michelle, would be when you shift over, it's like I used to be a financial advisor a million years ago, and it's not selling them on the products. It depends on their story, their situation, what they need. So I'd have like this metaphorical shelving behind me of, do they need life insurance? Do they need this? Do they need that? You don't have to promote the product. You're just going to say, this is how I can help you.
Right.
So that's the key thing. So then you say, I have the resources to put something together that will help you. They don't, well, if they ask, you tell them, but you say, these things I trust, I rely on. I've used them with my other clients. And so just, yeah, just, we all have our little tools that we use and products. So
Mhm. Yeah, and Nancy, so what did you do?
I'm a family caregiver consultant. So my clients, I focus on business owners and career professionals who have elderly parents or whomever who they're going to be caring for or starting to already. And that's a whole bunch of extra stuff to juggle amongst everything else they do. And it's just overwhelming because I went through that myself.
Yeah.
And it's just my thing was there just have to be a better, more coordinated way of doing this because it's one of the hardest things we can possibly do. So
Mhm.
that's sort of how I
Yeah.
got going with that.
Nice. So thank you for doing that. I'm sure it's helping a lot of people.
Oh yeah, we're working on
So, what can we tackle next there, lovely ladies?
it.
Is there one place you would suggest to start? Like, would it be inputting contacts in? Would it be getting social media scheduled? Would it be doing a newsletter? Like,
Hmm.
it's, like my conference is coming up in a couple weeks and I want to be prepared for that. And I'm not exactly sure like what the best plan is to do that.
So, first off, and these ladies have heard me say this 100 times, I always ask, what's the goal, right? Like, what's the objective? So, if the objective is to create some buzz and create some energy and attract some eyeballs to what you're doing, then start with social media,
Okay.
right? Because that's your marketing base. That's going to be where you start to get people's attention. If your goal is to sort of resuscitate your database and get it, communicating with you again or going, right, Michelle, that's cool, right? She's selling the Arbonne stuff. Okay, right, right, right. That's what she's doing, right? Or, oh, right, she had that really cool stuff that I bought before. Then it's database in and start to either, probably through email at the most part right now, get things connected and rolling and start communicating again. So your conference is coming up shortly. So that
Right.
means probably you want to focus on one of those goals, right? Because uploading the database doesn't take very long. It's the organizing how you want to communicate with them and how often and what you want to say.
Right. Okay. And for social media, you're talking about like doing a buzz, like, a buzz and stuff, but I'm more I don't know how to create a buzz on social media. Like I'm more of a static person. I do pictures and text. I don't do a lot of videos. I don't compile things and put things together. It's not very like interactive and fun. So are there tips on how to be better at social media?
That's like how long is a piece of string?
Yeah.
My,
Well, okay. So then this is one of the reasons that people join my programs because I will say things like, "And how are you liking your social media results so far, Michelle?"
Not at all, because I like the last thing I posted was Tuesday when my daughter got out of her cast. I can't remember when I posted anything about Arbonne
Right.
Mhm.
because
So
I don't want to just sell to people. I want to help them solve any problems that they have.
Hmm.
So I want to, I want to be helpful and not transactional.
So then you are a brilliant mindset person. So then you know probably what my answer is going to be or what my next statement is going to be, which is if you want different results, you're going to have to do
Different things.
different things. And if you would like to start achieving some awesome results, that likely means that we're going to have to, bunch up our panties, as it were, and make ourselves uncomfortable in certain situations, right?
I'm always uncomfortable.
Perfect. There we go. So you're just used to this feeling then. So, because Michelle, I've now talked to you for a couple of hours. You're personable, you're articulate, you're funny, you're cute. There's zero reason why people aren't going to watch you on social media,
Okay. Thank you. That was very sweet.
right? So those are facts. Those are facts. Now, what we need you to do is put those facts to use in talking about the problems that you solve. You don't have to talk about the product, right? You talk
Mhm.
about what you solve. You
Okay.
talk about client stories.
See, I don't have a lot of client stories. People don't tell me anything.
Well, then you can go reach out and ask them.
I have, and they're like, "Oh, I'll get back to you some other time," and they don't, and then people don't respond, and I think I have like one testimony from somebody.
Yeah, and that's just going to take persistence and time,
Okay.
right? So this idea that suddenly, somebody asked 10 people and got 10 testimonials. They didn't. They asked 110, right?
Okay.
So, and don't have to dive into this. Partly, it's just like what timing, when are you asking them? There's certain times to ask for a testimonial that are normally pretty good versus others. Anyway, with all of that's underwater under the bridge for the moment. But the fact is if you are looking to um, create some energy around your Arbonne business and get people interested in solving problems with the products that you offer, then you have to start talking about those problems and how your product solves them,
Okay.
right? There's no secret sauce. There's no magic. There's magic formulas for what to say and how to say it. And you are getting those things in the action script that you got and a lot of the AI tools, right? So I'll check through the emails, but you should have those things. And if you don't, I'll make sure you get them this afternoon. But those are all part and part of what you get as being part of Access Pass, is I want to make it as easy as possible for you to go, okay, I'm going to turn the camera on and I'm going to talk, and I know what to say and when to say it,
Okay. Great. Thank you.
right? But it comes down to what's the goal. So what is the goal, Michelle? Is it to activate your database in the next 2 weeks, or is it to create excitement around going to this event?
I don't know. I want to say both.
Okay. But like we talked about before, spin one plate at a time.
I've never done that. I don't know how that works.
Mm. Me, having spent many years as a double plate or triple plate or quadruple plate spinner, and having none of them stay upright for very long,
Yeah.
I can completely empathize with where you're at. And so can Nancy. So can Dorinka, right?
Yeah.
People who are entrepreneurs and visionaries tend to be very creative and they get pulled away by how they could do something different. But until we're big enough to have what we call an implementer in our businesses, and I have several in my businesses now, which is great, we have to learn to be our own implementers.
Okay.
Okay, which means we have to learn to be our CEOs or COOs, I should say. So we have to be the person that goes, okay, this is a great and brilliant idea. Now I'm going to work at it until it's done and implemented and working, right? And as Nancy can attest to, I've been saying that to her for a while.
Yeah, it's that age-old oh shiny, bright shiny object syndrome.
Hmm.
Yep. hmm
And that's why we don't want to have a boss, right? Because we don't want somebody telling us when we're off track or when we're on track. We want to be able to do what we want to do. Entrepreneur's greatest achievement is freedom, freedom in service of others. But the fact is in order to achieve what you want, Michelle, it's going to take discipline and focus.
Okay.
So you want to do both? I'm telling you, you're not allowed.
Okay.
So for the next 3 weeks, you must pick one.
I don't know. I think the context would be easier for me. It's not out of my comfort zone. It's not putting
Ah,
me in
which is
front of,
exactly why you shouldn't do it.
that's why I shouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't do it.
So I have a question about in there. When I was inputting some stuff, I was watching your videos, and in your videos, you had like little question mark where you said you can click on help and it gives you all this information.
Mhm.
I don't see a question mark in my,
You don't see a black question mark up at the top right?
no.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
see any of those buttons that you had.
Um, what about a little black text box?
I saw something that looked like message or
Yeah.
chat. Is
So
that it?
I think it's changed to the black message box.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I'm
There's
looking at
another one next
mine,
to it that looked like call. So, like, I didn't want to message anybody or call anybody, so I didn't click on them.
yep, no, fair enough. So I'm going to share my screen real quick here.
Okay.
Come on. Okay, can you see my screen all right?
No.
Probably tough. Michelle's on her phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. Let's see.
Unlock
Oh,
the
there we go. I just
Okay.
had to swipe over.
So this little box right here,
Oh.
that message
Okay.
box.
Okay. I guess I,
So before it might have been a question mark. Um, I think we've updated it to the message box.
okay. Fair enough. I would take a look at that when I get
Hmm.
home.
Hmm.
A quick technical question, but am I assuming we upload our videos and we can edit them on our
No,
box?
so there's no video editing tools.
Oh,
There's no graphic editing tools inside Hourglass.
okay.
It's a CRM posting software. If you want to do any
Oh,
video editing, you can use Canva if you want to use something like that.
okay.
You can use um, what is another one? There's some other good ones.
I played around with Canva a bit. That's the one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, yeah. So you can play around with Canva to do some stuff there. Darinka, do you have an email or a video editing tool that you like to use? Darinka didn't find video very easy either, Michelle. So she found it very uncomfortable. But it's one of the things that's, basically tripled her business since she started back in December, is
Okay.
doing good video content. And not that the quality level is so extreme, it's just that it's consistent and it's happening, right?
Consistent like every day or a couple times a week
I think she's
or any
probably
of it.
posting about 3 times a week.
Okay.
Yep.
About products, not about her children or anything like that or pets or
It's there. I mean, she's doing stories and stuff like that. That's just day in the life kind of stuff. But she diligently posts about 2 to 3 video posts a week about product and what it does.
now does it matter if you post a story or post Like just like on your wall, like a regular post?
So wall posts last longer, right? Stories are just kind of there for a brief period of time, right?
Yeah.
So those make a difference, but a lot of people spend quite a bit of time in stories, right? Like they go there and they're cycling through video after video after video after video after video. Now, the long-term prognosis for how content to cache system works really well is to post directly to your wall those three videos because that way we can boost them. That way we can use them as marketing assets long term.
I have a question about that term wall. I've heard it. Is that just the same as your page?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just um, uh, I was wondering if that the 2024 social media calendar would
Mm-hmm.
help. Like you giving
Give them
Michelle
some
giving
ideas.
prompts for every day if you want to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in the middle of editing the 2025 one. It's going to come out very late, but I do have it.
Hmm.
Michelle, does that help answer some of your questions?
Uh, yes, except for the last part. I missed because my daughter called me. I
Oh, no problem.
pick her up.
Um,
So
so
I just missed the last part.
yeah, so I was saying that if you have a video and it's 90 seconds or less, I wouldn't hesitate to post it on your stories and then 2 or 3 days later post it on your actual page or vice
Okay.
versa, right? You can use it twice.
Hmm.
Okay.
Posting on stories is good for initial attention. Posting on your page, though, is good for long-term traction. Because the nature of the content to cache system is that we want to have a bunch of video assets that we can actually pay Facebook to show to a broader audience. And those have to be on our page.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hmm.
I'm just going to be muted for a little bit because I have to get my daughter in the car.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, any other questions, Nancy or Dorinka?
With the say if you're posting 3 times a week, I'm assuming it's the priority is the videos.
Hmm.
Um, should all of them be, should you, sir, you have a certain subject matter that for which you'll boost that particular video? Like, do we boost say we're doing it 3 times a week, just assume that. Are we boosting all three, or is there a particular type of communication of a particular video that you boost more so than content of the other two?
Yeah, so the way the content to cache system works sort of in its perfect format, okay,
Mm.
is that every couple of weeks you're doing one of these videos. So one out of the six, all
Ah,
right, that is a direct call to action to do business with you or to download your lead magnet. Okay. So let's just say for argument's sake, you post a video Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Sorry. So Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. The what's happening is I would recommend you boost all of these posts. Okay, and I'm going to quickly share my screen here so that I can show you what I mean. I don't know how well this is going to go for you, Michelle, because you won't be able to see it, but I am recording this. So you should be able to see it later. Let's see. Here. Okay, so perfect. This is a big mess, and I'm just going to delete some of this stuff here to get it out of our way. But it has the stuff that we need. How do I erase? Is there a way to erase? Erase anywhere? Okay. So these are all what I would call brand building videos, what we're talking about right now, Nancy. Okay. So these are videos that are talking about your brand and what you stand for. And what happens is when we go and we spend, we're building trust. That's what these videos are doing. Okay.
Mhm.
They're building trust. We talked about this. This is the big step that almost all of you have to overcome is why should I trust you? Okay. Especially in Nancy and in Michelle's case, you're not selling an actual product that people put their hands on right away. Okay. So you have to go and start building trust. Your brand building videos do just that, Nancy. So this is solving little tiny problems
Oh, yeah.
that these people have.
Yep.
Okay. And that's what you use the content matrix for that you got inside your emails,
Yep.
right? You go into ChatGPT and Darinka was like, what was that, 2 months ago, Darinka? You said, I don't know what to do for videos. I said, have you used your content matrix? And you're like, no, I have not. Darinka used her content matrix and suddenly had like 200 and some odd content ideas in a matter of moments,
Mhm.
right? So the whole point here is that you're going to build up a bundle of these ideas. Boom, boom, boom. These are all building brand. Okay, so these are things, Nancy, that our Arbonne product could solve. Okay, these are little teeny tiny 90-second to 3-minute videos that are based on the action script that all do this.
Was it TSTP? Was it? Tiny?
That's CSTP, complete solution to tiny
Yeah.
problem. That's what your lead magnet is. That's later.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. And so now you asked which one should I spend money on, right?
Yep.
All of them.
Okay.
Okay. You spend the ideal way the content to cash system works, right, is that you spend $4 or $5, $7 a day on every one of these videos.
Yep.
Because what happens is you can't see it, but Facebook can. Inside your targeting, okay, you're building what they call a watch audience.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that watch this video, they go into your watch audience. People that watch this video, go into your watch audience. Watch this
Yep.
video, go into your watch audience. See what I'm doing?
Yep.
Into your watch audience. This video, into your watch audience. So now you've got this list
Mm-hmm.
of tens of thousands of people that have watched your video. Okay?
Yep.
And then you take this piece of content right here, your conversion content. So this is the download. Here is one of the top questions that always needs to get asked that never gets asked, blah, 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 blah. You explain the question, Nancy, and then you say, but this is just one of 10, right? This is a document I use with my high-paying clients. I don't give this away normally, but today I'm giving you the 10 questions. If you have elderly parents and you're dreading having this difficult conversation, here are the 10 questions you need to have answered, and here are my tips and tricks on how to get those 10 questions answered, right? Type the number 10 in the comment section below, and I'll send it right over to you.
Right. And that one is for the watch audience.
That's right. And then what you do is once again, you pay 10 or 15 bucks a day on this one. Let's say this
Mm-hmm.
is $10 a day, and you only show it
To your watch
to your
audience.
watch audience.
Right. Okay.
And so the conversion rate on this is very high. And Hourglass runs the whole thing. Hourglass does the automated messaging. It
Oh,
sends
cool.
them the lead magnet. It does all of it. Okay, Darinka's been playing with that for months. And Darinka, does it work like a charm?
What? Yes, um it's worth it. Absolutely. Once you figure it out, it's awesome. I really like it. And by what you showed me, I think it's a few weeks ago on how to duplicate or clone.
Yeah. Clone the
Oh my,
workflow.
talk about a time saver.
Mhm.
I mean, I learned a lot by doing it from scratch by myself, going back and forth and having Hourglass open on two different, like I did. I learned so much by clicking. But if you learn the shortcuts and how to save time, it's fantastic.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, no, I
So
highly recommend it.
thank you,
Can I
Darinka.
ask, is
Yeah.
that stuff under automation that you're talking about?
That's right, you
Yep.
bet. So the automation runs that whole thing. So when somebody comments on your Facebook post or your Instagram post, we can set up an automation inside Hourglass that automatically responds to them and sends them a private message.
Mhm.
It's ingenious.
You had also mentioned a content matrix. Where is that?
Yeah. So I'm going to check the emails to make sure you got it, Michelle. But the content matrix is both a booklet and it's a specific chat GPT prompt that I've been working with that I give you access to so that you can type in your info and it prints and it does it for you.
Cool.
So I've already trained the prompt.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. And so this is when it's working ideally, Nancy. Like this is when it's really humming along. Now, as I said before, Darinka and myself, right, we can take advantage of the conversion content without needing to build the audience
Hmm.
because our conversion tool is so good, right? So because we're working direct to consumer, I can put out my Mother's Day coupon where it was $30 off of dog grooming, and I had 50 of those snatched up in like 2.5 days, right? So I did a post, wasn't even a video post. It was just a static image of the coupon that said, I'm giving away these Happy Mother's Day to all the dog moms
I remember
out
seeing
there,
that. Yeah.
right? And so that thing had, I don't know, 15 or 16 people downloaded on Instagram and about 35 or so downloaded through Facebook. And I boosted it because I wanted it to happen fast. And so, yeah, it cost me about, I don't know, 20, maybe $25, $30 or so between the two platforms. And then I had all those gone. Now, I didn't need to build the watch audience to send that to. In your
Mhm.
case, Nancy, you're probably going to need to build a watch audience first, but that doesn't mean you can't try and boost this to a non-watch audience just to see if anybody else wants to grab it too. That's the
Right.
great thing about the whole concept of boosting these posts, right? And not relying purely on algorithms, is that you're in the driver's seat.
Was
Yeah.
it
Is that where you go into Facebook and you indicate what audiences you want, like your
right?
demographics and stuff?
Yeah, you know what? I'll can I stop this share right now? Did everybody get something
Sure.
of value out of the whiteboard? Is that helpful?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay. So let me I'll go back to sharing this screen here. So let's go to Facebook. And we'll go to Just About Pets' page. So I could come down here and I could boost this post, Nancy.
Okay.
So boost post.
So this is not on your watch list then specifically, or it doesn't have to be.
No, and so I would go in here, right? And I would normally just go into like message isn't bad. That's probably not a bad tactic, right? Where am I gonna show it? Messenger, Instagram. That's great. It gives me some different options as far as what I want the text to look like, some
Mhm.
AI generated different options. And then it comes down here to audience,
Right. Yeah.
right? And I would maybe use my Just About Pets Mom's Day audience. So dog interests, right? Age, Abbotsford specifically. And then I could go 5 days, daily budget, $25, $26, right?
Mhm.
Or it's $26 a day for 5 days. So let me take that down. Let's just say it's $7. And daily results, 666 to 2000. And if this was the proper post, like if it was an engagement driven post, you'll get better than that because you're driving engagement,
Right. Yeah.
right? And Facebook wants engagement. They want people to participate in something. So if we go backwards from here and we scroll down to the Mother's Day one that I did, there it is right there.
Mhm.
Okay. So 63 comments, 2 shares. Oh, how about the insights? Why are you not showing me any insights? Hmm? That's bizarre. Okay, we'll try a different way.
I'm probably whoops.
Mhm, mhm. There you go, Nancy. So with that post boosted, okay, it had 30,000 views in
Wow.
about 4 days, maybe less. 13.2 reach, which means people saw this about 2.5 times and had 93 interactions.
I'm sorry. I think you told me this before. I just can't remember. What's the difference between, well, views is just how many times it was watched,
Mm-hmm.
and reach is,
People. All right, so it reached 13,240 different accounts.
oh, I see. Because some people watch it more than
Some
once.
people saw it 2 times, some people saw it three
Ah,
times.
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
some people might have seen it 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah. But as you can see, I mean, we get decent traction on our stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
this one here, the shopping one had 639 views. Still nothing compared to 30,000.
Yeah. No kidding.
Like this had 50 times the views. So this is why I don't rely on organic when I want to move the needle.
Yeah. But that one, for Mother's Day, are you going across Canada or just in this?
No, no, literally just Abbotsford.
Oh, just have, okay.
Yeah, within
Wow.
15 kilometers of the store.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I remember you can set the area.
Hmm.
Great.
Yep. And so as you can see, we're not posting that often. I mean, this is basically the whole month,
Yeah.
right? So 6th of May, 9th, 11th. What do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right? So we're kind of every other day.
Mhm.
And we reached 37,000. But we know 30,000 of that was because I took one post and put money on it.
Yeah.
So relying on here's here's what I'm going to say that but the gurus are not going to tell you. Organic social media is dead. Unless you have a following of tens, 15s, 20s, hundreds of thousands of people, organic social media is dead. There's very few people that can do it effectively. Right?
Based on what you said in the beginning with how many billions every day.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you could be one of my favorite posters. Lauren Tickner's amazing. Okay. 21,000 followers.
Hmm.
Look at how many comments she gets on this stuff because of the way she writes it. I asked ChatGPT to analyze 250 viral social media posts. These 7 patterns get the most engagement. She has the little finger pointed down, and she basically drives engagement by posting the information in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
So if in order to find out, you have to open this up and read it.
Hmm.
Okay. And then she offers free training in the comments. And here's somebody being a putz. They took everything and rewrote it in one prompt,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
And then you see people engaging, taking a look at this. But she's able to get away with it because she's been training her audience for nearly 14 years.
Mm.
Michelle, have you been training your audience for 14 years on what to do? Yeah, right? So she's invested gobs of time. 14 years. 14 times 365. 5,110 days. Right? And if she's been doing social media probably for about an hour a day to 2 hours, so let's say 1.5, she has spent 7,665 hours training her social media audience. The fact is that if we want to get results and we want them fast, many of us don't have the 7,665 hours invested into this asset to do it. So we can't compare our results to Tony Robbins. We can't compare our results to Lauren Tickner. We can't compare our results to some of the other masters that have been doing this for a long time. When they say just post and shit happens, we say, yeah, congratulations. You spent 15 years developing an audience that when you post, shit happens. What if I haven't done that and I don't want to spend 15 years doing it? We have to find a different way. This makes sense, everybody?
Yep.
Hmm. Right? So, and she just keeps doing the same thing, you guys. Look at this, same thing over and over again. There's nothing fancy about this. Look at this. This is all she's doing right now. She has one pic of herself in the gym. All she's doing. It's the same post. It's the same color pattern. It's the same scheme over and over and over again. Right? And we might think, oh God, this is so boring. Oh God, this is this. Yes, yes, it is. Success is boring.
Mhm.
It's rhythmic, persistent, disciplined action doing the thing that works. There's nothing fancy about it.
Would you suggest using the same color on backgrounds like that if you just have static text?
You betcha. Yep. So that when somebody sees it, but here's the thing, Michelle, is you're going to have to do it 15, 20, 25, 35, 45, 50. You're going to have to be so tired of that color by the time Dorinka recognizes it as Michelle's color.
I have to agree because when I see a post from Just About Pets, I don't even have to read the text. I know it's from there because of just the way it's designed. But then I gravitate to the center, but I know where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't you in Canva create a page for that purpose and
You
have your
bet.
logo at the top?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Now, in Lauren's case, she's just literally using like just a colored background on Facebook and white writing.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing fancy about what she's doing, right?
Mhm.
And Lauren right now is selling her ChatGPT prompts. That's what she's doing. Like that's like her whole thing is that she wants you to buy her program, right? Her lead magnet is ChatGPT prompts. That's her lead magnet.
Hmm.
She's giving away or she's selling for cheap ChatGPT prompts because she then wants you to buy her, I don't know, $1,500 a month coaching program, right? So she's talking constantly about using AI tools to make her life easier, to analyze her own marketing to see what's working. And so doing, getting you into her ecosystem. Right. So, Michelle, if you want people to start buying more Arbonne stuff from you, you got to think about, okay, what's going to prompt them, right, to want to buy this product? What does the product solve? Who is it designed for? Right. And the great thing about prompting or about posting continuously or posting rhythmically, I should say, is that you can make one post for an Arbonne product that solves the problem for Nancy's demographic, right? So then you could make another post solving the same problem for a 35-year-old version of Nancy, right? Same product, same problem solved, different demographic means different posts.
Different posts, but same color?
Sure. Yep. But the video is going to be eventually key, ladies, because you want to be able to go back and start building a watch audience. And the only way Facebook tracks who's been watching your videos and then you can build an audience around that is by paying for it. Facebook doesn't like you're not going to be able to get enough views, I should say. Facebook will let me change that. Facebook will go ahead and no problem say, I want to have people who watch my videos 10% of the time or 20% of each video for these 3 videos. But if you don't have a large enough audience, Facebook can't market to it.
Mhm.
So that's why I pay to boost those posts. My watch audience has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10,000 people. In order to get a watch audience that's that big, right? As we saw by the numbers for Just About Pets, you need to pay Facebook to show it to that many people, right? To get 4 or 5 videos that over the course of those videos reach 10,000 views organically is not easy, especially if they're value videos. They're not just goofy nonsense videos that people are watching for the sake of entertainment. Does this make sense?
Absolutely. Right.
So any final questions before we wrap up office hours today?
I just have to go and play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, enjoy the process,
Mm.
right? Enjoy the process because it's going to have to be something you immerse yourself in. So enjoy the process. Drink it. Anything else we can touch on for you?
I should be okay. I'm gonna look for it first. I'm gonna make my attempt first because I know you sent me the content matrix where you remember how you sent like a few months ago on where I would just put it into Chat GTP and it
Yeah.
create. So you sent it to me, but that's another challenge that I have. I get something and then I need to learn where to file it so that I can find it again. So I'm going to look to find it. If I cannot find it after 15 to 30 minutes, I may message you saying, hey, because apparently you have a good system. You seem to find what we're asking for, and within 10 seconds, you have it sent. So
Okay.
I will
Perfect.
definitely look for it.
And well, don't forget too, your Chat GPT remembers.
It does. What you showed me how to use it as well, rather than starting from scratch every time,
Hmm.
I just click on it's on the left, it just says your local pet store. I click on that and oh yeah, it remembers everything. I keep it simple.
So then make sure you have one that's only your content matrix.
That's what I don't. Okay, I'll
Okay.
look there, and if it's not there, then I have to learn how to do that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you'll just click the link and create that chat and then
Okay.
just leave it. Just name it content matrix and only build content matrix from it.
Yes.
Don't use it for
That,
anything
that,
else.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I'll work on that.
Okay.
Thank you. No,
Any other questions, ladies?
Yeah.
Not right now.
Okay. And then let's not forget you can use that chat to give each other some guidance and advice too. So if you're running into problems, use that messenger chat, right? And say right in there. And I'll be frank, it's kind of easier for me to communicate via text these days,
Mhm.
as it will be for the next 2, 3 weeks. So be sure to, if you got questions, put it in there, right? I don't have a problem sending little voice memos and stuff like that right inside that chat. If you're running into the problem, Nancy, probably somebody else is running into the problem too, right? As was recommended to me for doing office hours, they're like, please record these because um, if one person's running into the challenge that's similar to this, then I would bet that I might be too, right?
Exactly. Mm.
Yeah. So you're on the right path, everybody. Okay. Building yourself a business that's doing 10, 15, 25, $30,000 a month in revenue is not easy. But okay, it's doable for each and every one of you, right?
And
If
it's
a
worth it.
washed out, burnt up actor can pull it off like myself over here, then you can certainly do it. And I've built multiple businesses that all have running rates in that range. So that freedom that you're looking for, that ability to make enough money to think, okay, I have all this flexibility, right? And I know that I'm helping all these people. It's right there. Okay. You're 3 feet from it. You just got to keep picking away. And you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. Some weeks it's going to feel easy, some weeks it's going to feel like garbage. Very normal. Okay. But it's the discipline to stay through and to keep doing it. And as we talked about, Michelle, pick a specific goal that you can reach in the next 3 to 4 weeks and focus on that. Right. We don't do another 90-day planning session until June, right? Where we do our SWOT analysis and then we do our 90-day planning. Drink has been through that a few times now. But I really hammer on laying out proper goals, right? So that you're setting yourself up for rhythmic achievement. Okay.
Yep.
Some days it's going to be scary, you guys. Do it scared.
Mhm.
Some days it's going to feel easy. Relish those days, right? Because what you're doing is not easy. You're not kowtowing to somebody else. You're not suddenly working into somebody else's system. You're not saying, I'm just going to go get a job and do what they tell me to do. You're an artist. You're building something from scratch, right? From the ground up. And as much as people have said, oh, we've got all these templates to use and everything else, you've still got to walk the walk. This is your mountain to climb. No one's going to climb it for you. We can give you the tools, we can give you the right touch points. We can say climb this route instead of that route, but no one is going to climb it for you. But I'm here to tell you, I'm here to be as helpful as I can be that you can all do this. So, any final thoughts before we, any eureka moments from our office hours today? Anything pop out? Is it like, ooh, that was a good thing I learned today?
There was a lot.
This is what I say.
Any one thing that jumps out?
organic, whatever you called it, is dead.
Yeah.
So
At least
accept
for
that.
generating the type of traction you need to build a business out of it, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
For most of us, it's not going to work. You might get a lucky one-off. Oh my gosh, I did a post and I got a customer out of this one post. But you could do a similar post 90 more times and it never work, right? Marketing is an engine, which means when you turn the key, it should move you the fuck somewhere, right? Like it should take you somewhere. And if it's not an engine and you can't keep duplicating it, then it's a one-off, then it's an accident. Yeah, absolutely drinking. It's and not to not do it and not to not enjoy organic results, but you can't rely on them,
No.
right? Our reach is too small. The amount of time and effort it takes to build that in today's Facebook, social media, everything else climate is very difficult, especially because we're not sitting there dancing like a bunch of idiots in front of a camera to generate views and engagement. You know, I could get way more views and engagement if I put some stupid ass mask on and dance to children's songs,
Yeah,
right?
but what is your goal?
But that's right. But what's the purpose of that? It doesn't get me anywhere. Sure, I could skyrocket my views. People could share it. They'd be like, who is this idiot? I want to see his face. I never show my face, right? The faceless dorky dancer. Sure, I could do that. But the fact is unless my business play is to build a huge following and then brand the faceless dorky dancer and do promotional stuff from there, then what the hell am I doing? It's all vanity. And you can't eat vanity. You can't pay your mortgage with vanity. So, yeah, organic for most businesses is dead as a doornail. And it's not that they shouldn't post, they have to remain active and alive on social media. But relying on it for business is something that you want to be investing dollars into for sure. Anything else? What's one or two last things, ladies, that popped out of today?
I don't like it, but you said to focus on one thing.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yep. You can struggle like a fish on a hook all you want, Michelle.
Yeah,
But that's the truth. And you know it's true. You
I
know it's true,
I know it is.
right? Yeah. And it's not a forever thing. Set if it makes you uncomfortable, set weekly or 2 week objectives to focus on one thing. Right? Give yourself permission to set a 2 week goal of specific one thing of doing my content or nurturing my list. Because then you can always set it again, right?
Right.
Whatever trick, whatever hack you can to get into your mind that helps you deal with that pattern of behavior, the faster you figure it out, the easier life becomes.
Okay.
Nancy, how about you?
It's a relatively minor thing, but just the strategy of that stories are for introducing yourself, and then on your page for longer term impact.
Hmm.
Because I'm all coming to this like I mean I'll be playing around with it, so a lot of my questions will be answered, but it's like the strategy. When should I do this? When should I do that? So that was a really good point.
And here's the other thing I want to encourage you ladies to do is spend 30 to 45 minutes every day on social media to see what you engage with. Go to the stories on Facebook and see what works for you, see what doesn't.
When you say engage, are you talking though like commenting or because I just like or heart lots of things, but I never comment on anybody's stuff, really.
That's fine. It's just what I'm doing it. So I'm encouraging you to make sure you're doing your research and going, okay, what's working? What worked for me? Right? Do it like a scientist. Right? Why am I watching this person? Right, because they made me laugh. Or they've got a dog in the video, right? Michelle, you can look to some of the leaders in your business. What are they doing on social media? Like, what exactly are they doing? success leaves clues. We all know this, right? So there's footprints in the sand. Where are those footprints coming from? What are they showing me? When you feel like and put your wallets away, but when you feel like you're being engaged with a post that you're about to buy something, what just happened? Right? Like how did I get caught? What was the headline? What was the writing? Was there a landing page? Was it a comment post? Like what was it? Right? Start to look at social media like an analyst and study your behavior while you're doing it. Okay? Because that will help you know what to do. Now, Dorinka, I wouldn't necessarily follow a lot of pet companies because most of them stink. But you can look at other retail companies. What are they doing? Like ones that you feel are successful.
And I
And
do.
not
Yeah.
big box store ones. Big don't pay any attention to them because they're working on a budget that you and I can't even understand.
Yeah.
Right? So like there's no reason to look at Walmart's social media. That's just wasting our time.
Yeah.
But there's reasons to look at, local automotive dealerships or local companies that are getting some traction on social media. What are they doing? Right. As the great Napoleon Hill said, success leaves clues. Like there's evidence of what the secret sauce is here. We just have to go, right, there it is. That headline really got my attention. Why? What did it do? Or did the image grab my attention? Right. So yeah, Nancy, if you're into the stories and you're scrolling through, was there a story that caught your attention that made you want to go over to that person's Facebook page?
Hmm.
Right.
Yep.
And why? Why did that happen? Like take 30 minutes a day, 45 minutes a day with a notebook beside you and just scroll. Right. I've got one right here when I look at my social media stuff. And one of the things I have to work on is looking at it on my phone because I hate doing things on my phone. I tend to do it on my desktop, and it's a very different experience. But most of your clients will be on their phones, right? Okay. Well, there we are, Michelle. So that was your first.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then so every Thursday we have either office hours or Time to Thrive coaching. So next Thursday is Time to Thrive coaching. I don't have my schedule yet, everybody, so I'll see if it's me or if it's a substitute teacher. Um, so every
You,
Thursday, what's that, Nancy?
sorry, it's going to be back at 9 or
Yeah. So next Thursday is 9 a.m. Pacific time.
okay.
Yeah. So
And
noon for you, Michelle.
are you or somebody else doing the content to cash still or
Once I'm feeling better, I will be in the Content to Cash
okay?
Facebook group a
No
lot.
rush, no
So
rush. I'm just curious.
I'm just
Oh
I'm
yeah, you know,
limiting my energy.
understandable. Yeah.
Because it's been great. You know what? I've gone into this bit of a cocoon period of time here. I've lost like 25 pounds. They're not very happy with me, but I've lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, knows that.
So, but I'll have avoided feeding tube, which is good.
Hmm.
Um, but anyway, the that just very low on energy, Nancy. So I'm trying my best to
Oh, yeah,
conserve it.
I
And
understand that totally.
yeah, and in so doing, trying to take a bit of a less significant role. We've acquired multiple new Access Pass clients and um, two new fractional CMO clients over the
Hmm.
course of the last month and a bit, right? And so, as much as I've wanted to dial back, the demand has been there. So, yeah. So, Content to Cash Facebook group, I will happily jump back in there when I've got some a little bit more
Okay.
capacity.
Don't want to push yourself.
Yeah, yeah, and it just the talking after a while can become challenging.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all good. So yes, Michelle, this Thursday and then 2 weeks from this Thursday will be another office hours. Next Thursday, whatever that June the 4th or 5th, whatever that is, that'll be a Time to Thrive coaching session. And those are very much, they're very structured, right? So I'll send you, I'll make sure that you've got the Chat GPT stuff, and then I'll send you a bunch of replays of the Time to Thrive coaching so you can throw them on in the background if you want to, just to get immersed in what the structure is.
Okay. So are the office hours always at 4 and then the time to thrive is at 9?
Office hours are normally at 9 a.m. I just couldn't because of my treatment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they'll almost always be at 9 a.m. on the Thursdays.
Okay. Both of them, office hours and the time to thrive.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah, you betcha. Okay. Anything else, my little peanuts?
It was nice to meet everybody.
Let's
Yeah,
meet you
yeah.
too, Michelle.
Well, and we normally have a good sized crew now for Time to Thrive, so that'll be nice for next week too.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks so much, ladies. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Thanks, Michael. Take
You
care,
betcha.
everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.